Here. Okay, awesome. So welcome everyone to another exciting episode of the Innovation Lab, where we have a lot of fun and we look at amazing work from amazing people. And we usually start this with a fun icebreaker question. So the icebreaker question that was picked by our amazing project manager, Ikra, is what was the question, Ikra? What did you do this weekend, right?
Yeah, one thing you did this weekend.
Okay, so name one thing you did this weekend, or rather one fun thing that you did this weekend. Okay, so Ikra, you pick the question, so you start. So why don't you tell us?
I did nothing fun this week. I just used to slept a lot this weekend.
Okay, I guess that's as good an answer as any. Uh, next is Cassie. What did you tell us? One fun thing that you did this weekend.
I actually went to my grandbaby's gender reveal. We're
Nice.
having a boy. So
Wow, that's
actually
amazing.
both of my stepsons are having boys. So I had a gender reveal about a month ago and now one yesterday. So
That's amazing. Congratulations.
thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. Okay, next, Neha. Tell us, one fun thing you did this weekend.
No, nothing. Actually, I was very occupied with the interior work, so there was nothing interesting or fun thing. It
Wait,
was rather very hectic.
but isn't interior design something that you would enjoy being a designer yourself, and it's your home and all that, right? So wouldn't that be fun?
It sometimes becomes very hectic because you have to finalize so many things.
True, true. Yeah, it does work on a timeline. That is very true. Yeah, Anusha, go ahead. Tell us about a fun thing you did this weekend.
Nothing much. Family, home, taking care of these girls. That's it.
Got it. Well, I guess, this could be one of those instances where if you didn't have anything bad happen, that technically is a good thing as well. I guess that qualifies for being a good thing too, You gotta be.
True. Actually, yeah, we are safe. That's thank God.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the right attitude, Anusha. That's the right attitude. Awesome. Okay, Getsy, how about you? Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Not that I can recall. I really just relaxed and we went shopping, and I really, for some reason, can't remember my Saturday.
Oh, wow. It was either that good or that bad, one of the two.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I'm just like, what happened?
I can relate. I can relate. Kendall, how about you? Do anything fun?
On Saturday I went boating on my family's boat on the lake next to our house.
Nice, nice. What kind of boat is it? Is it like a rope?
It's
What is it?
it's like the Falcon.
I don't know anything about boats, so you'll need to give me a little bit more detail than just the Falcon. As I
It's
just know
just like
Falcon is a
it's like the
bird.
classic like kind of speedboat
Okay.
kind of the classic ones. Yeah,
Okay.
that everybody has.
Send us a picture in the WhatsApp so we know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Lewis, how about you? Do anything fun this weekend?
No, I just stayed at home and went to the gym. That's about it.
Stayed at home and went to the gym. Wait, so
Yeah.
do you work out at home, or do you have a gym that's separate from your home?
No, there's a separate gym I go to.
Got it. Got it. Okay, cool. Cool. So you and Adriel probably are on like team gym, right?
Yeah.
Adriel, speaking of, do anything fun this weekend?
Honestly, similar to Lewis, just chilled home and then went to the gym.
Oh my God, you gym rats, rat people, you. Awesome. That's good. That's good. Okay, Ira, how about you?
I went up to Seattle with my family to go to my brother's college graduation. So that was pretty fun.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And Molly, how about you?
I went to the beach in Massachusetts. So
Oh, nice, nice. Which beach?
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. I was visiting a friend and we just went for the day, so
Got it, got it. Nice.
I don't really remember.
I think there are like some pretty nice beaches, like what's it, like Cape Cod and a few others. Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
a few of those thereabouts. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Athena, how about you? Do anything fun?
I ate a bunch of fruits and I had to take a injection next day.
Oh,
It
wow.
was fun.
Okay, the injection part, I don't think qualifies as fun, at least not for me. But we're good to know that you're feeling better, so that's good. Okay, let's see who's left. Yeah, Talha, how about you? Do anything fun?
Yeah, I went out with my cousins for dinner, and yeah, it was pretty fun to hang out with them.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. Priscilla, how about you?
This isn't really fun, but sadly, I've been studying for my finals.
True. Yeah, studying for finals is definitely not fun, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But hopefully, the next time we do this, you'll have something actually fun that you could say that, hey, this is what I did. So,
Hopefully, yes.
hopefully. Awesome. Okay, Yang. So the icebreaker question is, what did you do fun this weekend? So, did you do anything fun?
Oh, yeah. I went to Duluth, which is city near the Canadian border, and there's many waterfalls and cliffs and some lighthouse there. So yeah, it's very beautiful.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. If you took pictures, please post the pictures in the WhatsApp because we'll have to take a look.
Okay.
Thank you. Isabella, do anything fun? How are the friendly skies these days? Tell us, give us an update.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot in Florida, but yeah, I just went shopping and I went out to eat yesterday with my dad and my sister. So that
Okay,
was
nice. So, what did you eat? Like, what kind of cuisine was it?
it's called Friendlies.
Oh, Friendlies. Oh, I love Friendlies. Oh my God, those fries, those seasoned fries are bomb. Okay. I don't care what anyone has to say about fries, but those fries are freaking amazing.
And the ice cream.
Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's good. Nice one. Okay, Hassan, what about you? Did you do anything fun this weekend?
I went to swimming pool and drowned. This is what.
Okay, awesome. And Emmanuel, how about you? Did you do anything fun this weekend?
Nothing really much. I only went out to go and perform as the president's friend's birthday party because I played the cello.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. So he played the cello at his friend's birthday party. That is pretty epic. That is pretty epic. Nice. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. So I think, oh, Nick, I don't think you went, right? So Nick, what did you do this weekend?
Honestly, nothing much. The only thing I guess I could say is that, like, I mean, yesterday I got tickets to go see John Fogerty on Friday.
Okay. Who or what is that?
Do you know the band Creedence Clearwater Revival? It was a band that I think played at Woodstock back in 1969. They were popular up through the 70s.
Okay.
So he was the lead singer of that band and also went on to release a couple of solo albums. Like he released one or two about 2 years ago with his kids.
Okay. Cool.
That were like acoustic versions of the songs that he'd previously written.
Cool. 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 Sounds memorable for sure. That's awesome. Okay, so just a quick Anoop. Anoop, did you do anything fun
Yeah,
this weekend?
yeah, I played cricket with my friends on
Nice.
Saturday.
Who won? Oh, got it. Okay, cool, awesome. So I think everyone has kind of answered the icebreaker question, right? I didn't miss anyone, right? No? Yes, no? Okay. So so I'll kind of answer the question too. So what did I do fun this weekend? A lot actually. So I just kind of took over as the president of a new kind of like community service sort of organization in the Bronx, and ended up meeting the Bronx borough president. So she's kind of like from a political standpoint, she's the senior most person that's in charge of the Bronx in the New York City or New York State government, who reports, I think, directly to either the mayor, the governor, or the senator. I don't know. I don't understand like politics hierarchy too well, but she's kind of like, as far as the Bronx goes, she's like the top political person in the Bronx. So it was great, like hanging out with her, meeting her, and all that. So that was pretty interesting. And then I also realized that my kitten, or what I thought was a kitten, had a kitten herself. It was just crazy. I was like, wait a minute, why is this kitten putting on weight? And then I just realized, like on Sunday, yesterday, wait a minute, there's another small, tiny little kitten near my kitten. I'm like, how did this happen? And then I just put two and two together and said, oh, it was silly. The kitten wasn't putting on weight, it was actually pregnant. And the bump was actually she being pregnant. And I was like, oh, okay. So maybe she gotten pregnant. But then I guess the most bizarre thing was that the kitten having a kitten, you know? So it's like the person that gave me the kitten said that she was about 4 months, 3 months, something like that. So I don't know. I've never kind of heard of this, but I guess it's possible given that, it is the mother and her child are very comfortable in my bathroom closet. That's their current residence at this moment in time. So yeah, but both of them seem to be doing pretty well. Okay, so that was my small little update and what I was up to. Let's take a quick picture to commemorate this joyous occasion. So if everyone wouldn't mind coming on camera and giving us their biggest, brightest smile, as if today was the best day of your life because you looked at your bank account and realized you had $1 million sitting in there that is still there 3 days later as well. So it wasn't a computer glitch. Okay, so so assuming that just happened, and so yeah, just give me a reaction to that. Okay, so on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so hopefully that picture turned out well. I'm going to confirm this momentarily. Just give me a sec. Okay, great, awesome. I think it's going to be like some crazy competition for the mirror contest because yeah, there's like just too many good smiles in today's photo. Okay, good. So let's get into some quick updates, starting with with our team members that have raised their hands because they got to leave early. So let's start with Anusha.
Now the account is empty.
Anusha, go ahead.
Yes. So yeah, I missed Saturday's meeting and I've seen the task assigned and I'm working on the projects. I've started rebuilding the article and I wanted to get in touch with Anup again for the optimization.
Anup is right here. He kind of had
Yeah.
a message. He was like, Anusha needs me. So you know what? I'm going to show up for this meeting because Anusha needs me. So Anup,
Yeah.
Anup, please. Anup,
Yeah.
help her out.
I'll get in touch with him once I'm back home. As I said, I mean, I have to go for the swimming classes. I know I'm missing Saturday's meeting too. I really wanted to, but 6 a.m. it is really hard for me that day. But next time I don't want to miss the meetings. And yeah, I'll get in touch with Anup for the optimization thing. And last week also he helped me a lot about like I saw his optimization, how he have done, and I'm asking him many questions and he's answering them and I'm learning. I'm not in the phase of contributing something, but I'm learning from this team a lot. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Neha, you're up. Do you want to share your update? Neha, you're currently on mute. Okay, so maybe Neha's like stepped away.
Yeah,
My
she
question,
will be
sorry.
back in 5 minutes.
Oh, got it. Okay. So
And also I have a question, sorry, Rajiv.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to log into my Lily Launch Tools, the assigned task website, and it's giving error. I don't know why. I tried to change my password, but still it's saying me like you got to log in with your company URL or something. Please log in
So the
via.
company URL is basically it's rsquaremedia.lilylaunchtools.com. So that's the company URL. So I'll show you what it looks like. Basically, let me share my screen.
Can you paste that link?
Yeah.
in?
So basically, the link that you see on the top that's over here, that is the company URL, rsquaremedia.relaunchtools.com. So I'm just
Oh.
this is
When I'm clicking the assign task in the email, it's directly taking me to lilylaunchtools.com. It's not taking me to
Yeah.
ours.
So basically what you want to do is you want to come to rsquaremedia.relaunchtools.com/login.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
basically this is the screen that you will log in at, and then you'll enter, like your username, password. Then
Okay.
like
It's
it'll log you straight into it. Yeah.
okay. Sounds
That's
good.
basically how you do it.
Previously I was able to, but today I don't know. Maybe because of this.
Maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Thank you.
Cool. Most welcome. Okay. So let's get into some quick updates. Okay, Ira, as far as like the project that you're working on, what's the update with that?
Yeah, so I took the comments from Fridays and got a new version of the script out that I'm happy to get some comments and looks at if we want to go through it in the meeting, or I can also just throw the link in the chat.
No, let's look at it right now. Do you want to share screen and walk us through it? And also,
Sure.
if you could, in addition to that, also paste the link, that would be super helpful as well.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go. I've figured out how to get over the issue of screen sharing beforehand. There's the chat. Okay, there it is. Alrighty, so this is just a preface going along with Rajiv's idea about sort of a Prezi style animation with a lot of what's that word? Practical effects. So sort of like storyboarded come to life. So starts
Ira,
out by
can you like zoom in slightly? Do you magnify?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole lot better. Thank you.
Alrighty here.
Yeah, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm getting old.
Right, of course. Yeah, and I'm not full screened at all. Okay. There we are. Okay, so we're going to cut to begin with to Dr. Quirk, who I've shortened to Dr. Q, and then his minions M1 and M2 in an office setting.
So let's kind of come up with like a funny name. So maybe his name could be Dr. Quack, because quack is kind of like a slang used for people that aren't experts, So maybe his name could be Dr. Quack.
Sure. Yeah. Alrighty. So he starts off with, now that I've all brought you here, it's time to reveal our next devious heist. Mandatory maniacal laughter. I mean, my devious heist. You're both here as support staff, and then they both go with the sort of yes man style of good call, boss, and valid distinction, chief. He says, right, now that's been clarified, what ideas did you bring me? And then first guy suggests there's a child's health convention in town. We could replace their teddy bear supply with prickly cacti. Dr. Q says, nah, children bore me. Besides, I don't have the kind of stomach to meddle in healthcare issues. Needles make me woozy. Second meeting said, City Transportation Bureau chief is retiring. We could plant a replacement for him and change all the stoplights to be permanently red. He doesn't like that either. He says, too clean, too bureaucratic, not enough chaos. Does a good supervillain only cause minor inconveniences? Am I only good enough to cause traffic jams? I want to do something spectacular, something dramatic and daring and noticeable that'll make me innocent people say, oh, that evil doctor, this will be Dr. Quack. How did he took that cherished thing from me? Minion 2 says, so you want to steal something? And he says, no, yes, no. Stealing is small and petty and beneath an esteemed supervillain like myself. And Minion 1 says, they just put up a golden duck in the city lake this past weekend. And Dr. Q says, that's it. That's why I brought you here. Gentlemen, I'm going to steal the world's only golden rubber duck. And then they roll their eyes at each other. Dr. Q doesn't notice. And then M1 says, great idea, boss. Just tell us what to do. Then he goes back and says, what do I look like, the secretary around here? Get to hammering out the boring nitty gritty. And Minion 2 says, but boss, you're the evil supervillain mastermind. And then he sort of starts and has a self-realization moment. He shifts around uncomfortably. And M1 back says, "Here, doctor, why don't you use some computer help to figure this out?" And then he opens his laptop and slides it over to him. And then we cut to the Lily Launch Tools calendar screen. And he starts by.
So Ira, basically, I think, so I mean, everything that you're saying here is fine, but I think what we'd like to do is kind of have the henchman be the one that's operating the computer, and basically, Dr. Quack is the one that's kind of dishing out orders to him, because he's like the boss, right? So we can have him be sort of a little bit impatient, a little bit impertinent, a little bit, condescending even. And obviously he'll kind of do this in a very sort of comically evil kind of way, so sort of similar to like Dr. Evil in, in the, I even forgot the name of the movie, the Mike Myers, like the comedy movies. So it'll kind of be like that. But basically the operator of the computer is going to be one of his henchmen, who in fact is the subject matter expert. And he'll be the one saying, "Hey, can we do this? Can we do that?" And then the person who's operating the machine will, quickly, put it in, and that's where the clickety clack sound comes with the person, vigorously typing it into the thing.
Okay, sure. I'll change that up. That shouldn't be too hard to do.
Yeah.
Okay, and then doctor says, "Now who to use for the heist? It's so hard to find good help these days." And then he stops and thinks for a moment. And then Minion 2 says, "Doc, I think I'm available the 22nd. And M1 says, "Yeah, me too, boss." He says, "Spectacular, positively splendid. Of course, that's exactly what I was thinking, without a doubt." And then he adds Minion 1 and Minion 2 to the scheduling pool, and then he signs them. And then he says, "I think that's all that. I'll see you on the 22nd with the world's only golden rubber duck stolen right from under the noses of our innocent citizen neighbors." And then some more maniacal laughter. And then you cut to a screen that shows a time cut. The time is now 4:59 of June 22nd. And both the minions are out in a club partying with loud music and strobe lights. And then we cut to Dr. Q, who's sound asleep. We can have some cartoon Z's coming out of his mouth to signify storing. And then we'll cut back to M1 and M2 in a club. And then with them having like a drunk voice on, they're going to say, "Man, this is such a good time. I've really been enjoying all the free time the doc has been giving us. But like, man, I can't help shake the feeling that we should be doing something like productive right now, like evil productive, like our jobs, And then Minion 2 is going to say, "Dude, this modern work schedule has gotten to your head, man. You need to learn how to decompress, dude, and not just work for the man all the time." Minion 1 says, "You're totally right. Thank God I'm with you. You really know how to put things into perspective." And then 5 a.m. is going to turn, and then they'll both get an automatic email update from Lily Launch Tools saying, "Scheduled to do today, steal the duck." Together at the same time, they're like, "Oh, crap, we forgot that." So then cut to the lake. This is going to be a practical effect as well. The golden duck is going to be on one side, and then M1 and M2 are both elements that get dragged across the lake. They pick up the duck, and then they're dragged back. And then one of them, here I have him dropping a beer bottle just for some more comedic stuff. That makes them both laugh. And then cut to 10 a.m. on the 22nd. They're both in sunglasses and drinking Gatorade in the evil lair. And then they have the golden duck on the table. Dr. Q is going to walk in. Say, "Success, success. I'm the greatest supervillain of all time. It was never in question. Stealing this duck was the easiest thing ever." Ah. And then that's all I've got for now.
Okay. So just like, I guess like one question is, so like the Dr. Q kind of like makes the plan, and then he says, "Okay, we're gonna like do this on like the 22nd or whatever." And then he's like snoozing in deep slumber, and then his henchmen are in the club partying. And the day off, they get like a notification from Lily saying that you gotta like go ahead and do it, kind of thing. And then what happens is they actually go there and then do what they need to do. Is that like what we're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I'd put down here, but it can obviously change as needed.
Okay. In fact, I'm just thinking like maybe when they're in the club and when the guy says, "Oh, I have a feeling that we should be like doing something," so I like that. That's like great comedic, element over there. And maybe at that moment in time, they see like a notification on their screen from Lily that says whatever something something, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, I was right. We need to be doing this thing," and then the other person could kind of placate him a little bit by saying, "Oh, you're a genius," and this and that, and they're like he's like maybe speaking, he's breaking the fourth wall as well by saying, "Oh my God, Lily Launch Tools really saved me," or something, because it was Lily that kind of sent him the reminder notification so that he could, so he then knows what to do, which is basically what the software does.
Right. Do you want the name of the program to be included in that? Because I know we had talked about sort of staying away from name dropping it to keep the exposure more organic. Should we say something like, "Oh man, this project management software really saved my butt," or should we just say Lily Launch Tools is really coming in clutch here and we had totally forgotten about that?
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely want to mention the name for sure because nobody knows the name,
Okay.
but we want to mention it in like a very, like casual, subtle kind of way. Yeah, and you could say like maybe even like the other henchman could say like what's that thing that we were using the other day with the boss? It's some flower or something, right? And then they were like some lily something, and they was like, yes, Lily Launch Tools, and like, oh yeah, that's it, so they could kind of like
Okay.
it's sort of like that because it is like a longer word and it is a newer thing, so that could be something that we could kind of use that as a means of very casually kind of putting it in without obviously necessarily spending too much time by talking about it.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. One thing is I had been planning on having the notification that would pop up be like designed like we would cut to like the image of their phone, and it would have had like a Lily Launch Tools logo and like the Lily Launch Tools header saying like notification from from Lily Launch Tools, X, Steal the Duck or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that in addition, or do you think just the name? I think having the logo in there, I mean, obviously it would sort of nail it down a little more. It might mess with the sort of organic nature of what we're going for though. So but that's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, we could kind of like play with it to see like what kind of looks better. Obviously, like having the full logo in there isn't practical either because I don't think we even like in the email, basically you just have the icon and then it says like task assigned by kind of thing. So maybe we just have the Lily logo icon, the flower icon, and then just something in a few words that says heist today or something like that, like in just one or two words.
Okay, sure.
Wait, no, wait. So like the notification, do you mean like having, like, you mean like the notification you would get like a notification that says like a new task has been assigned to you kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, no, because like one thing I could do is like I could just I can create that task and assign Ira. That way it will go to his email, and then you could just record that, and then
Sure, yeah.
they just go for it because I mean it's probably easier that way.
Sure.
I could just create that, text Ira that I'm about to hit enter. That way he can prepare.
Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So thanks for this, Ira. This is great. Does anyone have any comments or questions about the script? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I think let's start like storyboarding this. So Ira, let's kind of have you work with a few designers who can help you with creating these like storyboards by using AI generated images because I think that'll be the fastest. It'll also have like the continuity of like art style and stuff. So so maybe that's something that Ikra, could you help? Cassie, could you help? Because I know you've kind of used AI in the past.
Yeah.
Abdul, I think you could help as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are we not using the stock footages? We are going with the images?
Yeah, so right now what we're doing is we're just making like the broad visualization of the various scenes. So there are some various scenes that are in the script that we're kind of like bringing to life by using the AI generated art. So step one is to first create those scenes to life, make those scenes come alive. And once those scenes are in place, then we need to have like the voiceover kind of like, play the various characters, so whether it's I don't know, like I think when we first spoke about this, I think it was Adriel and where is Adriel? Did Adriel drop? I don't. Oh, there you are. Okay. So, so Adriel was going to be like the villain, and Nick was going to be like one of his henchmen. But now that we have, like maybe two or three henchmen, like we'll need like maybe, two other henchmen as well. And again, it doesn't have to be like a guy. It could be a girl too, So maybe one of the henchmen is Kendall, the other one could be Ikra. I don't know. I'm just, and obviously the thing is we could kind of like experiment with like a few things to kind of see like how it sounds. And this way we can, I think those elements could also add some kind of humor to it as well. Like maybe just as an idea, Ira, if the two henchmen are, Kendall and Ikra, and let's say they're like hanging out wherever they hang out, maybe they're getting their like nails done, and doing girl talk or something. And then it's the same situation. Hey, shouldn't we be doing something? They're like having like girl talk and, just chit-chatting about random stuff. And and then the notification comes in, hey, the heist is today. They're like, oh shoot, we gotta like take it. So again, there could be kind of like situations like that we could kind of use to kind of add like levity and humor into it, to kind of like make it seem like more funny. And then technically, it could even be that there's like multiple teams that are doing this. So maybe as an idea, like maybe Ikra and Kendall are like one, henchman group, and then another henchman group could be I don't know, it could be Isabella and Neha. I'm just making this up. And maybe Isabella is like literally, flying like a Tomcat aircraft somewhere, and like, oh wow, the sky looked great, but wait a minute, I can't shake this feeling that I should be somewhere else today. And then boom, the notification comes. I mean, so we can kind of have like a lot of fun with it, with that whole notification idea, and how it kind of reminds them that, wait a minute, whatever they're doing, as fun as it is, they need to be like somewhere else. So I think that could be like a lot of fun. So so anyway, so back to as far as like the tasks that we're doing. So the first step is to kind of get all these storyboards done by using the AI process. So so Ikra, I think, what did I say? Ikra, Abdul, Cassie, Neha potentially, maybe Talha too, can help out with the whole putting like the AI storyboard in place. And with all of you working, I think we can then freeze on a cohesive art form, because all of it, think of this almost like a graphic novel, and each of these screens are the different sequences in the graphic novel in that page, right? So obviously the art style has to be, in sync. It has to be the same art style. And the characters need to be like more or less, like standardized as well, from a continuity standpoint. And obviously we can, make this as, like comical and, like obviously with a certain intended element of campiness, to further drive home the point that this is kind of like a satire almost of like what we're trying to do. So anyway, so all those things are things that I'm sure we can figure out when we get into the AI execution part. So, like Ikra, Cassie, and the rest of the team, what I'd like to see for the next meeting is some of those like layouts of what some of those things look like. Maybe work on like the initial 2-3 scenes, just so that we can check and see as to, if this lines up with, what we're shooting for. Because if it does, then the next step after that will be to, storyboard the entire thing. And once that's done, then start preparing, like the dialogue and stuff. So Ira, as far as your script goes, I mean, I did see some dialogue in it, but like the dialogue that you have right now, is that something that, team members could pretty much just use as is and kind of like record, or would that need to be developed a little bit further?
I think I would want to put a little more back and forth in there, just the comments I got today. But I think it's should be close to finalized. And I can certainly, send off a version to do some voiceovers and then have some more done later. I don't think I'm gonna be in a position where I'm gonna say, okay, things that were recorded before aren't gonna be useful now.
Okay. Okay, cool. So is everyone clear as to like what the ask is and what the task is as far as creating these storyboards for a few of the initial scenes in the video? Is everyone clear? If anyone has any doubts or questions, just like let us know right now.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, good. Okay, awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, Neha.
I just wanted to ask one thing. Do we need to create the storyboard like as a cartoon character, or like it should be like a human sort of thing?
Yeah, a great question. So it should be, the art should be kind of like surreal, realistic kind of art. So I know that when you have like art obviously is super subjective and very fluid. So the kind of art I'm looking for is something that looks, almost uh, like an illustration, but something that kind of looks like a realistic painting kind of thing, as opposed to a caricature. Like for example, Snoopy would not be the direction I'd go in for something like this. So I'd kind of go in more, more in the direction of like I don't know, like I think like some of the work that you guys have been doing, like for example, Cassie, the stuff you've been doing with Assassin, that's definitely lines up perfectly with the kind of art style that I think could work really well here. So did I answer your question, Neha? And thank you for that question though. That was a very relevant question. Okay, so Neha, you had your hand raised because you kind of had to leave early. So do you want to go ahead and share your update?
Yeah, actually, I have some work going on at my home, so I might have to leave a little early.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So what was your update for today?
So I have done the verticals, Atenas and Yang. Apart from that I video is also done, but it's with Leave. I asked her to share it with me, but I think she's not available today.
Who?
Leave.
Oh, Liv. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened to Liv? Is she, I don't know, like away or something?
She's going for some physiotherapy session.
Oh, got it. Okay. Fine. So, yeah, Ikra, if you can just like sort of quarterback the process. And when I say Ikra, I mean Ikra and the rest of our PM team, obviously. So Ikra, Kendall, Anusha, Isabella. So Isabella can, do like air cover, literally. So yeah, please, guys, please coordinate as to.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, like Ikra, you're in a different time zone than some of us. Isabella, you're in Florida. Kendall, you're in Utah. So that's, what is that, mountain time, right? Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Liv, where is Liv? Nebraska or Chicago or something, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think Nebraska, I think, is Central Time, and Chicago, I think, is also Central Time. So, I mean, I guess it's literally in the middle of Eastern and Mountain, right? So yeah, I think anyway, the point is Kendall and Isabella, obviously you guys can, figure out just to track down, where she is, and, if she either needs like some, time off or whatever the case is, we can like
Yeah.
figure that part out. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, so Neha, please kind of follow up with, obviously Ikra, Kendall, and Isabella, and they'll kind of like triangulate Liv's position and, help to figure out, the kind of access that you need.
Okay. So can I leave now?
Sure. Yeah. And Neha, before you leave, as far as your work, are your work links in the chat?
I have shared it with Ikra.
Okay, fine. So Ikra, if you could kind of share Neha's work so we can like take a look at it. And Neha, if you need a bounce, you can bounce. That's fine. Okay. So, okay, real quick, does anyone else need to leave in the next like 5-10 minutes? Oh, and before I forget, so Athena and I had like a really interesting conversation earlier, like prior to the meeting. So Athena is driving our CRM initiative. So part of, a CRM basically means customer relationship management. Basically, CRM is our system that allows for us to manage our outbound communication with the rest of the world, or when it comes to letting the world know who we are, what we do, and some, reasons or examples as to how we can help their business or make their life easier, pretty much. So a part of that process means cleaning up an email list. So we need help with that email list cleanup task. And I think there are a few people that raise their hands as saying that they're interested in the CRM project. So I think those people are Isabella, Precious, and besides that, also Abbas, Emmanuel C, and Emmanuel O. So Emmanuel C and O, I don't know if they're in the room, but Ikra and Kendall, if you can just like reach out to them and align them to sort of reach out to Athena, that would be like super helpful in getting the task done. Also, like Hassan, do you know, are you good with Excel? Hassan, I can't hear you.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not good with Excel. Okay, perfect. So is there anyone else here that's good with Excel? Anoop, maybe?
Yeah,
Oh,
I can. Um, I think
okay.
I'm more familiar with Google Sheet.
Okay. Okay, cool. So Molly, are you good with Excel?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Molly and Anoop, if you can please kind of send Athena a ping. So basically what we need to do is I'll just kind of like very briefly tell you what to do. So we have like a bunch of like a few, I think 3 or 4 Excel files, and those Excel files have data that's sort of jumbled up, not exactly, it's just that it's not organized in the right way. We need to organize it in the format that is first name, last name, email, and first name, last name, phone number. So that's basically the format that we needed in. Currently, it has a whole bunch of extraneous data in there that is kind of just making it all messed up. So we need for it to be not messed up. So that's basically the task. Like, and obviously, if you know Excel, technically this shouldn't take more than like a few minutes to be able to like clean this up real fast. So that's basically what the task is. And Athena will share the specific files with you guys so that you can kind of help out with that cleanup effort. And then once we're done with the cleanup effort, then potentially the two of you can also help us, with the, by the way, quick question, Anoop and Molly, are you guys interested in like email and CRM just as a broad, like marketing, marketing practice?
Yeah, actually, we can. We have to do the things actually.
Yeah. Molly?
I don't really know much about it, but I'm interested in it. I just don't
Okay.
know.
No, that's cool. So
Actually,
this is, oh, you too, Cassie?
yeah, I actually work with a CRM with my work already
Okay.
that I actually do.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Awesome. So in that case, then I'm just gonna like send a quick note in the chat because, as you guys may know, or maybe you don't know, but I'm like super forgetful. So I'm just gonna make like a small note right now. So it's Cassie, Molly, Anu, please ping Athena for the email list cleanup task, as well as later tasks with the email and CRM strategy, because that's something that we're gonna have to do as far as segmentation and stuff like that, which is going to be like the next step after this step. So and I'm just like tagging Athena, Ikra, Kendall, Isabella,
And Nick wants to help.
Oh, Nick too? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. So Athena, I've kind of assembled an army for you. So I think now it should be a lot easier for us to kind of get all this. So basically, we want to get this done today. And like I said, if you're good with Excel, you should be able to get this done, within a few minutes. And by a few minutes, I mean like 5 to 10 minutes at the most. And obviously, even if you are like, for me, I'm like, I'm like an ignoramus when it comes to Excel. I'll pretty much have to go to YouTube and look at a video as to how do I do this, how do I do that. And after I do that, I'll then go ahead and like do it. So even if that's the case, I don't think it should take longer than 30 to 40 minutes. But point being that we should be able to get the task done today itself, such that tomorrow when we're at the meeting, we can then start strategizing on the list segmentation and all those other things that we need to follow. So Athena, you're kind of like clear as to next steps. I've sort of like given them a brief overview as well. So you're clear as to how you're gonna assign the task, right, to them?
Yes.
Okay, cool, awesome. Okay, guys. So yeah, so thanks a ton for raising your hand and for being available for something like this. It really helps us out big time. And I think it'll also, make this a super well-rounded experience for you guys too, because CRM is kind of used everywhere and it's used by every single industry out there. So yeah, so maybe this could be like our, mutual success story case study as well, which I'm sure is going to benefit everyone. Okay, so thanks a ton for that, Athena and Molly and Anoop. So thank you for that. And Isabella, yeah, we really appreciate all your help with this. Okay, so the next thing is, what was like the next line of business? Okay, so Ikra, the work that Neha was referencing as far as like making everything like the vertical something, do you have that so we can take a look at it?
Yeah, I have pasted the link in chat box.
Oh, Neha's work. Okay,
Yes.
cool. And Hassan, as far as like the banners go, were there any kind of additional developments that you did with the banners?
Net 5 banners.
What was that?
I can share my screen now.
Okay. So basically, also another thing, Hassan, is like Kenzie made like a bunch of banners for us. So if you could kind of like also adapt those banners also, I think that's something that can be helpful as well. Okay. So Hassan, if you want to send like the Canva link for each banner, that's something that you can paste in the chat and then I could like load it up and it'll make it.
Yeah, I can send it.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Okay, good. So I'm just gonna click real quick on Neha, the link that Ikra pasted for Neha. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, we draw inspiration from ferocious raptors to offer strong services that elevates your brand's reputation. Okay, so first of all, so I think the logo here is like the wrong logo. So we need to update the logo with the version that Jane has developed. So even I know that the version that Jane has developed is not a finalized version, but it's close to finalized. So Ikra, let's kind of just get that logo and start popping that in here because that logo it has like a certain dimension of itself and we need to make sure that it lines up the right way. And we'll need to check and see if it makes sense for that logo to be in a ribbon or for that logo to be overlaid on something, but we won't know until we actually pop it in there and see what it looks like. Secondly, can we kind of tighten up the language over here? I think this is like way too long because typically this should be kind of like a very short headline as if this were a YouTube thumbnail. So we need something to be like really punchy. So do we know, Ikra, like who was the writer that was working on this? Was it Emily or was it someone else?
I think So this is Katina's work. So Katina, did you know that?
Okay. So let's kind of get another writer to kind of help out with the making the headlines more punchy. Lewis,
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
the headline, the headline is the second image. If you scroll down, you can see it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm talking about the text that's on the top of it. So I'm saying like this text is kind of like too long. So we need this text to be like
Yes.
briefer.
There should be another, the exact same image with another headline. Molly
okay.
worked on it.
Okay, so a raptor watchers clawing through crisis with swift precision. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. So this is definitely, more, in line with what we're thinking of. And I think, wait a minute, Molly, like, didn't you work on this earlier?
Yeah, we were working together, so I helped with the headlines and she did the graphics.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So when I saw this, I kind of remember that it was you that was working on it. Because we kind of went through it and we kind of went through your Google Doc and there were like a bunch of things in there that were like amazing. So yeah, so this is really good. And then I guess then what's as far as this goes, which is the headline for this then?
Um, I'm not sure. I sent the doc to Athena. I'm not sure which one she was going to use, but I don't think that's the updated version.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's been deleted. I will add it.
Okay. So like basically Athena, like, based on the last conversation that we had, I think what we need to do is let's just make like a copy of copies. So like the version that you have is the version that has everything. And then if there's another team member that collaborates, like maybe Neha or whoever, just share a copy of that, with any other designer, so that if there's any kind of like error that happens as far as pages getting deleted or whatever, you still have the original version to fall back on. That is something that's going to like save us time going forward. Okay. Okay, so this is really good. Clawing your way to the top of the search results. So my only kind of like nitpick here is that search results needs to be together, because otherwise results is a widow word. So we don't want widow words. So basically just to kind of like put this like together. Yeah, so this is swiftly tracking your online raw reputation. This is the one with the pun. Okay. So we need something that kind of has like a benefit statement in here. So this doesn't kind of communicate the benefit. So we need to say something like swiftly tracking your online reputation for threats or something like that. So Molly, if you can kind of add that the benefit part in here, I think that would be great. But I think, yeah, based on whatever I'm seeing so far, I think this definitely lines up well. Yeah, so good work, Molly and Athena, and I guess Neha too, since she adapted it. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Let's see what is the next. Getsy, what are you working on?
Right now I'm trying to adapt the Assassin's infographics into vertical format.
Okay. So any updates with that? Do you have anything we can take a look at?
So far I've only completed like one over the weekend, but I'm still kind of working on the rest. I can show you that right now.
Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry, it's taking a moment to load.
You want to refresh it? Do you want to paste the link in the chat? I could try and load it.
Yeah, my internet from my room is not the best. One sec.
Hey Rajiv, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the recording is still on for the meeting.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you for that.